Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Deborah, aka the Sunset Girl Creates, and today we're going to be working on Spring Bridge, and it will be completed today. So we have cross stitch coming on Tuesday, because this is Monday's video. We have cross stitch coming on Tuesday. Wednesday we have our silhouette. So Thursday we'll probably have a new painting here. I'm not sure which painting I want to do next. I've been going back and forth if I want to start my Christmas one now, or if I want to maybe hold off and do one more painting before the Christmas painting. I haven't quite decided which one I want to do next. So we will have a surprise on Wednesday, and I think I'm going to make Wednesday's diamond paint with me, so we have a dedicated day to diamond painting, and then our WIP and chats can actually be our WIP and chats can actually be whatever we want it to be, whether it be diamond painting or silhouette or crafting, whatever kind of crafting we're doing at the time. I don't want all these WIP and chats to always be diamond painting. However, I'm trying to get this diamond painting done, and so I decided to go ahead and spend the day finishing this one. And I have some other kits that I need to dekit, so I'm going to spend the afternoon dekitting all of the kits that I still have that haven't been dekitted, and clean out all my storage and start fresh. I think I only have one. Well, I have two others. I have the tree house, the shoe house, the old shoe house by Dominic Davison is in the process, and then this one. Okay, when this is done, the only ones that I'll have left is my I have a butterfly one that I was working on that's been put up for a little while, and that one might come out. I might just do a small one. I'm not sure. See, that's the whole thing. We're in the middle of September already, almost, because we're already on the 12th. So we're really close to being we're really close. Let me just put it that way. We're really close to being to the end of all this, right? And so I kind of want to get this one done, and I'm trying to decide if I want to do one more before I pull the Christmas one out, or do I just pull my Christmas one out and go for it? I'm not sure. The Christmas one's about this size. This one took me about, I'd have to see when I started it. I don't remember when I started it, but I can tell. I can go back in my videos and I'll know when it was approximately started, right? I forgot to put this one into the book. I don't have much information on it. I will review it shortly. We'll do a post review. I will fill out all that I know for this kit, and we'll do the post review. Probably, we might even do that on Wednesday. I don't know. There will be a post review. I'm not sure if it'll be Wednesday or if we'll wait till the weekend to do the post review next weekend. We have a lot coming up this week. This week is going to be a busy week. Wednesdays will always be our diamond painting. So we have Mondays, our cross stitch day. Mondays are just open. I'm sorry. I don't like to set up Mondays, but we do have 4. So Tuesday is come cross stitch with me. Wednesday will be silhouette with me. Thursday will be diamond paint with me, and then we will do Fridays, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday are still open. Okay, so we have we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we only have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So we have 3 days that don't have things assigned to them. And I think we'll leave those for, I can just do whatever I feel on those days. And so we'll start filling things in. And so let me go ahead. I will get the new Wednesday Diamond Paint with Me playlist set up so that we have the playlist, and next Wednesday we'll do the first Diamond Paint with Me, and it will be a surprise because I'm not sure which painting I'm going to pull out. I have to sit and try to decide and look at what I've got and look at my timeline, because I want my Christmas painting to be done in time for Christmas, right? By December 1st. Because Christmas comes out of December 1st. And actually, I will start decorating for Christmas before the 1st. I always start decorating on day after Thanksgiving. I go buy my tree on Black Friday. And it's always been a tradition in our house to do a tree on Black Friday. And so we'll be doing that. I mean, I'm talking about my house in Florida. When my kids were growing up, we would actually go cut our own trees. It would be, my mom worked at Bidwell Mansion in Chico. And every year, around just after Thanksgiving, they'd go up and get a permit from the Lassen National Forest. Was it Lassen? I think it was Lassen. Lassen National Forest. And it was like $10 for a permit, right? Or $10. So you could go cut any size tree you want. There were rules. You had to have a certain length off the road and those kind of things. But we would always go with my mom, and we'd not only pick out my mom's Christmas tree, we'd pick out our Christmas tree, and then we'd pick out the tree for Bidwell Mansion, and it was a big tree. So it was an all-day trek when we went looking for Christmas trees. Of course, we had to trek in the snow a lot. And it was a lot of fun. My kids really enjoyed having the ability to go out and cut their own Christmas tree, right? You didn't have to go to a lot. You didn't have to go pay $40 for a darn tree. That's the only thing I miss about California, is I could go cut my own for about $10. We also had a bunch of trucks when we do this. I had F-150 that was on 32-inch tires because we snowmobiled a lot. And so we needed to have that four-wheel drive to be able to drive in the snow. So it came in real handy to go get the tree. And then my mom would have a big work truck with her, and usually a ranger or two to help us move things around. And we would all go up, and it would be a big party. It's a Christmas tree hunting party. I loved it. It was so much fun. I'll always remember those days. I've been catching up on the stories that my mom's been sending me, and my family, and hearing about my mom, and things that I've never heard of before, stories that she's never talked about, and I'm hearing about these stories and different things about my mom that I didn't know, which is so wonderful. I just can't wait till this is all done, and we can all have a copy of the book, because it's a lot of our family history, right? My mom in this book is talking about family history and aunts and uncles that we haven't met before, and all kinds of things, right? And so, I mean, I'm talking about, well, I met my Aunt Lee and my Aunt Vera and Uncle Lee. I've met them. And I met my grandfather's family. So I knew those family members. And when my daughter was born, she was named after my grandfather, Jesse, and his brother, Lee. So her name is Jessie Lee. And that's where her name came from. She was going to be Jessie Lee, whether she was a boy or a girl. I knew she was a girl, though. Jessica was already taken up in our family. I didn't want to repeat it, even though it was a different generation. I liked the name Jessie better than Jessica, and I didn't want people just coming up with a nickname for her and they just call her whatever. So I gave her that nickname to start with, right? And she's gone back and forth to times where she wanted to be a Jessica, and then other times it's like, my name is not Jessica. And so we went through a lot of those things as my daughter was growing up, but that's okay. She had a lot of fun growing up. We had a lot of good times, and I'll not forget the times when I raised my kids, even though today there's not much of a relationship with my children. One I choose not to, the other chooses not to. I think if something ever were to happen to his father, who did most of the raising of him, might be a different story, or if something happens to my mother. Those are the two people that my son gravitates to. And if that's who he gravitates to get what he thinks he needs, then enjoy it, okay? I'm never going to argue with my kids that their choices are wrong choices, right? Because I always told them, when you grow up, you can make your own choices. Till then, you'll have to abide by mine. And it came with the high price, right? Because sometimes my kids didn't always agree with what I would come up with, right? They would totally disagree and think I was just totally dissing them. And that's not the case, but that's the way kids are. Kids grow up, and just because I'm not close to my kids today doesn't mean that in 10 years I'm not going to be close to them again. It really just depends on what happens in life. I'm not too concerned. I did my best, and I couldn't do any better than I did. I tried. I did the best I could raising my kids. My daughter was a handful, made life interesting, I could say. That's probably the best way to put it. She made life interesting. But I still love my kids both. So I do. Where are we at? We're at about 13 minutes, and I'm only saying that because we do have a really, really long article today. I went back to Diamond Art Club, and they had an article on craft desk ideas, creating the perfect diamond art workspace. Okay, so I forgot to let you know my pen came from Jim's Homemade Shop. My trays came from My 3D Designs. And so we're going to probably get started on this article pretty early on. I don't have a whole lot to talk about anyways today. Those were just a few things. I did finish Once Upon a Time series as well as Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. Yesterday my husband watched all of the Pirates of the Caribbean. It was interesting. I don't mind having it on in the house. It was kind of an interesting listen. I didn't do a whole lot of watching, but I did a lot of listening. And that's basically how I normally watch TV anyways. I usually have something going on, and it's just something I'm listening to. But Once Upon a Time, now that was a good one. I'm half tempted to watch that one a second time to catch the things I missed in the first one. I don't have a problem watching things more than once. My husband does, but you know what? When it's my time and my TV time, I can watch whatever I want, right? But I went on Hulu just because I wanted to kind of find something different. And I was going to do The Handmaid's Tale, and I started that, and I was like, oh my God, I can't get through this. So it's not a show for me. I tried. I got through about the first 10 minutes of it, and I was like, okay, I knew then it's probably one that my mother would enjoy, but not one that I would enjoy. Just not my cup of tea. I'll admit when a show's not my cup of tea, and I usually don't watch it. So I turned that one off, and I continued to look, and I was browsing, and I am into true crime a lot, right? And so there's a show on Hulu, and it's called Lie to Me. And I know it's a regular TV show, and it's not realistic, and it's not that and this, but there are things true in this, and it's what the signs that he talks about when people are lying. So, I mean, it's just like you can be talking to somebody, and they're not talking. But you can look at their facial features as you're talking to them, and those facial features will give things away. Like one of the scenes showed the main character in with a defendant, right? He's in with the defendant, and the defendant's attorney is sitting there and has told the guy not to say a word. And they tell everybody as they come in that he's not gonna communicate. So why are you here? And so the guy just started talking, and he threw a couple scenarios out, and those scenarios were wrong. But you know how he figured out how? And he didn't say a word. All he did was, for a fifth of a second, cracked a quick smile. And they showed it on video, and it was actually, you could see that there was just a slight amount of smile. And he said the reason he was smiling was because we were looking in the wrong place. And he was happy that we weren't going to find it. Then he changed the scenario around and came up with a different scenario. And that time the guy said, you got it all wrong. You know, he came out quick and said something. And his attorney said, I said, be quiet. And then, so he knew, and he didn't have to say another word. This guy eventually ended up going to jail for the crime. Okay? So it's an interesting show. I'm going to give it a try. I've watched 2 episodes now. There are 3 seasons of it, so I'm going to give it a try. It's on Hulu. I don't usually watch too much TV shows, but this one is different than most, and I enjoy it. So I am going to continue doing this one, and it's actually really interesting. And so that's what my TV show for the week will be. Probably. I'm not for sure. I may go back to once. I don't know. Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. It was good, but it didn't come across as wonderful to me as Once Upon a Time was. I guess because I knew from so many episodes, right, of watching, I knew what each character was going to do. But I knew the characters. There were different characters all throughout Alice in Once Upon a Time. But it was still interesting. Alice Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. It was interesting. I don't think I'd watch it a second time. I think I captured most of it in the first one. However, we will get started on. Let's go ahead and do a few more diamond painting, and then we'll get started on our article. It is a rather long article, so that's why I want to get started early. We definitely will only get through one today, not more than one, because it is quite long. But I like some of the things that come up in here. I've not read it. I've just kind of browsed it to make sure it was something that wasn't repeated of something we read before. And I know we read one about craft rooms and stuff, but this one's different. This one's more setting up a space to actually dedicate to diamond painting. Unfortunately, I do have one dedicated place for diamond painting, and that's in my lap on my lap desk. I have other crafts that I do, so because I have so many other crafts I do, I need to be able to keep it so my desk is not dedicated to one thing or the other. Currently, I do have a diamond painting on the table, and it's covered with a towel, so I cannot get to it and work on it right now. I need to figure out if there's a way I can somehow get it out here to finish it, because I have a lot of the areas are done. So I'm thinking there might be a way to get it so I can put it on this lap desk and bring it out and get it completed. I want to look into that because I have a few others that I'm going to, that are big like that. So if I can get that, then I can do them out here as well. One of them is Valentina. I can't wait to put her up. My husband got it for me for my birthday, and I was super happy. It's awesome. I've seen parts of it done. I kind of don't want too much because I don't want to see the completed piece till I get it completed. And it's kind of that way with some of my other paintings. Some of them I've seen completed, other ones I have not seen completed. And I just have to kind of see which one's next and what happens. I don't want to dedicate all of my days of the week and my weekend to specific topics. I think the 4 topics will work good with us. We can adjust them if we need to, if we find a different craft we want to include in there, and maybe there's one that we find is not doing as well. I'm really excited about trying that. And yeah, let's just kind of see where it leads us, right? That's pretty much where I'm going. Where are the projects going to lead us? Look, I only have this last few, and then we'll get started on our article. So let me know in the comments below if you think I should do a Chuck Pinson next, or if I should bring my Christmas one out already. I don't know. I haven't decided what I wanted to do yet. So if you have a thought process, I'm not sure which Chuck Pinson. Probably the one that I have with the barn is the one that I'm going to bring out. And it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous piece, and I can't wait to do it. What else? I don't know. There's not a whole lot going on. I really just wanted to just kind of check in for a few minutes, maybe get one more color done, and just talk about how I feel things are going to go with the channel, what direction I think ultimately we're going to go in. I know that the 4 dedicated days will be there, and that will be definitely a good part of our channel. And then I want to see what else I might be able to come up with that would also fit into our Sunset Girl Creates area, okay? And hopefully we can come up with a good plan, right? I just want to make sure that the Christmas one is done in time for Christmas, so I might do that one first and then go do the Chuck Pinson. I haven't decided. I want to kind of think about it just a little bit more. So I see that we have all our minuses done. So with that said, I'm going to put this down for a minute. I'm going to bring open our article, and let's get started. So, Craft Desk Ideas, Creating the Perfect Diamond Art Workspace. If you love diamond painting but don't have a comfortable space to work on projects, we have some great news for you. And if you still don't know how to diamond paint, learn in our guide and join the fun crafting community. Creating the perfect diamond art workspace is an easy do-it-yourself project, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Even if you do not have any special tools or skills, you can put together a comfortable and functional crafting space in as little as an hour. No space? No problem. Whether you have an entire room to dedicate to crafts or need a much more compact solution, craft desks can be made to fit spaces of any size. And that's the best thing about a craft desk. I mean, I have one. There's some in here I want to do, though. I was looking at it, and I was looking. There's some cute ones in here. And if I had the ability to just take out everything along one wall and move it and just put one of these desks so I have a nice long desk across my wall, I would be the happiest camper in the world. And I will get there one day. We're working to make sure that I have a place to work, a place to play, and a place to go when I'm bored, right? So, building your own desk lets you customize it to your needs and ensures you have plenty of room for working on projects. Start storing diamond painting kits that you have not started yet, and more. Why settle for a pre-built one-size-all craft table when you can create a customized space to meet your needs instead? And customizing your needs is like super, super important. And you need to make sure that when you're doing it, you're taking care and have fun doing it. Setting up your craft room is something to have fun doing, right? We put together this list of some of our favorite DIY craft desks to get your creative juices flowing. Whether you follow one of the tutorials or take bits and pieces from several projects to complete a completely custom workspace, then these awesome craft desk ideas are sure to provide inspiration you need. So these are going to provide the inspiration that we need to make a desk. So, why you need a dedicated workspace for diamond art. So, while not everyone has space in their home for a dedicated crafting room, it is important to have an area where you can comfortably work on your favorite hobbies, including diamond art. Few things are worse than dedicating several hours to a project and then... hold on. I just dropped them. I haven't done that in a while. I dropped it again. Fortunately, there's not too many in this now because we've used them up. Okay, there we go. All done. Okay, so we're done with 27, and we'll get to 20. Okay, so we want to go back. We're going to be working on number 26 as we go. I'm just loading in another color as we read. Okay, and we'll start working. I'm going to move our camera because I'm going to start working up here in the corner of the sky. So I'm going to be working, let me just get it up high enough so that you don't not miss what I'm getting. So I'm going to be working all through this area right here, okay? So that's why I moved it. It's the only place with the zeros. It's the only place this color is going, okay? So we want to make sure that when we're putting colors down, right, that we're kind of getting what we're looking for, right? What I'm doing now is, now that I'm on the last section, I'm taking and combining all of my drills, the ones that are in multiple pots. I'm kind of just putting them in one pot so I can see what I have for leftovers when the painting's done. Okay, and then I'll be able to really see where we're at. Okay, so Well, not everyone has space in their home for a dedicated craft room. It is important to have an area where you feel comfortable to work on your favorite hobbies, including diamond art. So, like I said, I have my dedicated space set up right here. In my living room. It is a total nightmare mess right now. That when I feel better and I'm done taking care of my husband, I plan to organize. I have to get in and do my craft room as well. So we got things on the table coming, okay? Few things are worse than dedicating several hours to a hobby and then damaging it by cramming it in a drawer to get it out of the way. Do you cram your crafts into a drawer to get them out of the way? I sure hope not. But if you do, I wish you all the luck when you pull it out. Don't cram a diamond painting into a drawer. All you're going to do is mess up your canvas, right? So that's why it's important to have like a dedicated workspace. No matter what I do, I cannot get the 10th one on this pen today. And I could sit here and try all day and it's not going to happen. When you have a dedicated workspace, you also have an area where you can store your WIPs, work in progress. So that's what we're working on, WIPs, work in progress, every day of the week, right? Supplies and more. So you want a place not only where you can put your diamonds or where you can put your painting, right, with your kit. You're also going to need, I think I knocked my diamonds because these were all laid out pretty. You need to be able to have a place to put your supplies. So just because I sit here with diamond painting on my lap, I have a 3-level cart, the roller cart that you can get at Michael's for like $25, $30, something like that. It is the rose gold color. And then I have a 3-level bookcase that I got at Dollar General for $18. Okay? I actually find that their bookshelves are nice. And I don't mind them. And they last okay long enough. Okay? So, but that's what I have to make sure I have everything I need to diamond paint, right? I have a whole shelf in my cart that's dedicated to what I'm currently working on. I also have a shelf on my bookshelf that holds everything from doing my nail art to doing all of my diamond paintings, where I keep notes on things if I need to remember to tell you guys something. Anything like that that I may need to be able to grab quickly is all sitting over there. My cross stitch and its stand sits right next to me on the floor by the wall, and I work on it whenever I get a chance. Today is going to be really dedicated to diamond painting. We will do cross stitch tomorrow on the channel. I'm not too concerned about that. That is definitely going to happen. And we'll do our silhouette. That's all laid out. All I have to do is, I can't get these to stay. They don't want to stay. I'm probably going to have to put new wax in here. I'm going to, while I'm reading, I'm going to clean out and put fresh wax in my pen. Okay? So, because I can't use my pen until I put fresh wax in it. Let me grab my tweezers. Okay? There we go. So, let's keep reading while I do. Having a dedicated workspace for your diamond art means having a place you can escape to at the end of a long day. I escape to my living room couch. You will need to worry about having room to work at your desk, the kitchen table, or another spot in your home. Instead, you will be able to go to that area that exists solely for crafting. Plus, you deserve to have a place where you can enjoy your hobbies. And I do. And that's why, even though my husband can't stand clutter, the only place he doesn't complain about is my corner by the couch. And I periodically clean it up when I see that it's getting messy so it doesn't irritate him. And then there's other times when I don't feel good and it just gets messy and I don't have the energy to fix it. But we do what we can and we make it work. So, and I have to have my own space, right? So here's one. This is an interesting one. It's called Bookcase Crafting Table. So let's see what they have to say about a bookcase crafting table. I've never heard of a bookcase crafting table. That one's a new one on me. So let's read it and see. All I'm using for wax is I have this little red container that I put my Diamond Art Heart wax in, and I use that for my wax. Okay, so it's just Diamond Art Club hearts and containers, so it's easier for me, and I don't lose it, right? Because I can find a bright red container. So, bookcase crafting table. When you need a place to work on diamond art, but don't have a lot of money to spend or access to tools, making a desk and a bookcase is a great option. So let's see what a bookcase made out of bookshelf, or a crafting table made out of bookshelves is like. Okay, so with 2 small bookcases, a desktop, and some liquid nails, you can create a functional and visually appealing place to work on your latest project. So what you need is 2 identical bookcases, a work surface top, some liquid nails, and basket for shelves. Okay. Purchase 2 identical 3-shelf bookcases. They don't need to be anything fancy, and should cost around $25 or $30 each. Then you will need a top to use as a work surface. IKEA has affordable tabletops that work great. Alternatively, you can purchase a piece of countertop from a local building center in the desired length. So you can go to different building places and be able to buy desktops, right? You can get a countertop and have it cut to whatever size you want. And think, if you got a countertop similar to what you have in your kitchen, they're gonna keep up. They're gonna last, right? So assemble the bookcases and set them up as legs as your craft desk. The shelves should face outward for easy access. Then use liquid nails to glue the work surface to the top. Let dry, and your new desk is ready to use. I'm not quite sure if you turn it so that that's really not going to hold your tabletop much. I would turn them so they face out, so I have access to them. And if I'm putting one against the wall, I'll turn it so the back is against the wall. And even if I have to put it under the desk, if it's long enough, it's not going to make that big of a difference. I'll put baskets on those shelves, and I can pull my baskets quickly. Okay? So, let dry, and your new desk is ready to use. Add baskets to the shelves to create the perfect spots for storing all your diamond painting supplies. And if you want shelves at a good price and you don't want to go to IKEA, you can always go to the Dollar General, and they have them there all the time. And I have a 2 and I have the 3 high. I would probably buy the 3 high and put the table on that. I'd buy 4 of those and put tabletops on my 3 highs. And that's just my preference. It's how I would prefer to do it because I got square cubes. I can put 1 box per cube. And I think it would be really cute. So, hideaway craft desk, okay? Bed. What am I thinking? It's not time for bed. It's early in the morning still. What time is it? It is 10 minutes to 9 here. If you live in a tiny apartment or small home where there's no room for a permanent desk, consider building a Murphy-style craft desk. Like a Murphy bed, this desk folds up when not in use, making it ideal for tight spaces. There is room to store some tools and accessories too. Excuse me. Basic building skills are required, but the project is simple enough for novices. Check out the full tutorial, including detailed plans here. So they have a plan, a link to where you can go to a full tutorial on how to do that kind of craft desk, okay? I do now have fresh wax in my pen, so let's see how that's going to go. It's not doing too much better at this point. Let's go there. And they're all falling off, and I can't figure out why. I'm having an issue here. Let's just put these down and go to the next one. Okay, I'll have to reorganize that. Only one was off. Okay. Hold on. Don't want to knock off the iPad, which I just about did. Okay, we don't want it to break now, do we? Okay, there we go. So, four-station crafting table. Is crafting a family activity in your home? Or do you love to work on diamond painting kits with your friends? If so, building a four-station crafting table is a fantastic way to create space for enjoying your favorite hobbies with the people you love. With 4 desk bases and 2 tabletops, you can create a large table that provides storage and workspaces for up to 4 people. So you need 4 modular nightstands, 2 tabletops, and adequate space. So let's see what this says. If you know your way around a wood shop, you can build deck bases for this project. Alternative, you can purchase 4 modular nightstands or filing cabinets to take this approach. You'll want to find nightstands / cabinets that are around 30 to 35 inches in height. Arrange the stands in a square so there is one set of shelves, drawers facing outward on each side. Make sure there is adequate space between the stands, as this area is where a person will sit. So you want to make sure that when you're putting them together, you leave a place for if somebody wants to sit. Okay? Oh, yay, we got the 10 to go on. Okay, so attach 2 tabletops to the tops of the stands to create a large workspace. Countertops or plywood work too. When you are finished, you have a large table with plenty of work and storage space for 4 people to use simultaneously. Okay, I don't think I would ever need a space for 4 people to work simultaneously. However, when I'm working on my silhouette, the more space I have to be able to cut, the better off I am. Because I have the 2-foot mats. So if I wanted to do a lot of cutting at one time, I could put it all on one mat. However, where I've got it right now, it's not in the perfect spot to be using the mats, the bigger mats. So I'm going to have to find a new place for it. At least it works where it's at now. I will probably end up using the bigger mats because I think all of my other mats are just gone now. But I have 2 huge mats, so I can still use them. You can do this still a 24 by 24 cut. You can do 12 by 24. So the trick to that is just how you put your paper together so you have a bigger piece of paper to work with. Or you could put multiple little ones on there and do a bunch of cuts, right? You can schedule a bunch of cuts for one. So you just have to know what you're doing. And it takes time, but you'll figure it out, I promise. If you have any specific questions about the silhouette or anything else that we do, it's okay to put those questions in the comments below, and I'll be happy to do my best to answer any and all of your questions. And if anybody else sees an answer and I haven't gotten to be able to answer the question, feel free to go ahead and answer that question on your own. It's nice to be a part of a group where more than one person has the answers. And sometimes you guys will have the answers that I don't have on something. Somebody may have a craft that they are working on and they have a question, and I may not have the answer, right? So we just have to learn and go as we go, right? I need to call my granddaughter up and schedule a diamond painting call. I think I'll get a hold of Kay today and see about getting a play date kind of put on the crafting table so that we can do some crafting together. Carly loves to diamond paint with me, Ma. So now that I have my camera in this, I can be doing FaceTime with her. She can see my face, but she can also see what I'm diamond painting at the same time. And I think it's kind of cool. I'm interested when I have new things to teach the kids now. I can do it via video, and I can make them a video and send them a video, right? I can send a video to them or share it, and then they can use that video to review it and watch it, and they have questions. And I think I'm going to do that with Miss Carly, and when we start doing her crocheting. I need to see how she's doing and how her little issues going, because I'm really excited to be able to teach her how to crochet. I think she's 7 now. She's at the perfect age to start learning, and she has a desire to learn it. And if she's got the desire to learn something, I'm going to be right there to teach her anything craft-wise. And I'm in a perfect position now that I've got it set up to do videos, to be able to do instructional videos and send it to her in case she has problems with what she's working on or what we've learned, and she needs to go back and review and maybe figure out what steps she may have missed or whatever it was. I'm going to start her on hats, because her and her brother love hats. And I think that if she was able to make her own hats, her and her brother would be in heaven, because they love hats. That's all they ever ask me for. Where's my new winter hat? I've got to get new winter hats done too. They're going to go in there. They're going to get sent Christmas hats this year as usual, and I have to get them made. I'm not sure what hats I'm going to make them this year. Last year, no, I didn't. I made them Christmas was it stockings last year? No, last year was not stockings. What was last year? Oh, I did diamond paintings for them. They're still sitting here. When I can get them to them, I will. We've decided that we'll wait until they come, and then I can give them to them. They were supposed to have come this summer, but it didn't quite work out that way. Some things changed, some things came up, and they weren't able to get to Florida like they wanted to. It doesn't upset me at all, because my grandchildren will be here eventually. It's just this year, just coming out of COVID and everything going on, and their great grandmother who takes care of them and has guardianship over them had COVID for 2 weeks, so she had to send the kids. She did it from home. She never had to go to the hospital, and for her age, she's 75 like my mother, and so for her age, that's really scary. She spent 2 weeks. She said it was the worst pneumonia-like thing she ever had in her life. And so, you know, I've not only lost somebody that I felt very close to from COVID, I also have family members that have been afflicted, or a family member that's been afflicted with it. And so it's kind of a scary thing. I don't go anywhere without my mask yet, even though I have been immunized. She didn't believe in getting the vaccine, and so she got COVID instead. I think I'd rather have the shot than to go through COVID. I already have bad lungs anyways, so COVID would not be a good thing. It would not be something. I would be the one already in the hospital on ventilators because I already have enough trouble trying to breathe on a daily basis with my emphysema. That makes me a high risk for COVID. So I am very careful. I wear my mask. I don't go out much. If we do go out, we always have our masks on. We always have sanitizer in the car. It goes on our hands. And when we come home, we always immediately wash our hands as soon as we get home. We have not gotten COVID. We've been able to go through just fine and survive and stay healthy and be ready to move on, right? So let's see what our next one is, right? So the next one's called an easy built-in desk, okay? I'm just trying to, this is where I don't get to do a whole lot of multi-placing in this canvas so far. So this is really the big multi-placing that I'm doing. It's up here in the sky, and my pen, it just does not, and my wax are just not amenable for all of this. I do not know why. Everything is not sticking. I'm back to, today is supposed to be back up into the 90s. We've been in the 80s recently, but we're going to go back to 90 today, and I believe the humidity is higher today. I checked, and at this point, there is nothing storm-wise we have to worry about. There's nothing in the next week or so that could be threatening our area. There is one over in the Yucatan that we do need to keep an eye on because that does come to the Gulf. And so we have to kind of be careful and watch those being in the Gulf. And we sit right on the Gulf. Pinellas Park is on the little peninsula in Florida. If you go by Tampa and you look on the map, you'll see a little peninsula, and on there you'll see where it says St. Petersburg. Well, where I live is right there next to St. Petersburg, okay? I am not telling you where I live or my address or anything like that. I was just giving you an idea of the area that we live in. So if you find St. Petersburg, Florida on your map and you look at the Gulf, that's where I live. So the Gulf storms are important to us. Fortunately, we live about 5-6 miles off the coast. That doesn't mean we don't get affected, but we don't at least have to deal with the high tides coming in. Florida and our area does have an issue with storms and high tides and the storm surge. So you have to be careful on those storm surges, especially if you lived by the coast, right? So we're off track. We're at 53 minutes. Let's get finished on this. As much as I want to work on this and talk, we really need to get through our article. An easy built-in craft table. If you have an unused nook in your home or an awkward space that is too small for a large piece of furniture, it could be an excellent spot for a built-in desk. You could even turn an unused closet into a functional place for working on diamond art. Making a built-in desk is a highly versatile project and is an excellent way to turn wasted space into a functional spot for working on arts and crafts. And with this tutorial, there is plenty of storage space below the desk. That means you will be able to keep your WIP in progress, kits you have not started working on yet, diamond painting tools, and more close at hand. So you'll have it all close at hand, right? So, do you need a desk? Do you want a new desk? Are you interested in a new desk? I'm always interested in a new setup or a new layout. If I could move my room around, I would. However, most of this stuff is not easy to move, so we have to keep it where it is and cannot move it. Mainly our big desk, and it's covered with crap right now. I gotta go in and clean that up. That'll clean up a lot once I get all of my kits unkitted. I have like 4 kits I have to dekit in there, I think. So I really need to concentrate on that this afternoon. And that will clean up the area a lot. So, measure how much space you have to work with. Since your table will be built in, the work surface can extend from one wall to the other. You can purchase a tabletop, desktop, countertop, or even a piece of plywood to use as a work surface. Whatever option best suits your budget and taste is perfect. Next, you will need to find a way to support the work surface. Using cubby organizers is a great option that provides you with loads of space for storing supplies. If you have enough space, if space is tight, you can use shelf brackets to mount the top directly to the wall. That's actually a really good idea, mounting them directly to the wall. Makes a lot of sense to me, but then you might not want it to be there permanently, right? So if you don't want that desk to be there permanently, I wouldn't mount it to the wall. But you can mount it to the wall. If it's something you want to put there permanently, go for it. I would do it in a heartbeat. I would like to make a bigger craft table than what I already have. I have one of the store-bought craft tables my mom got for me when I pretty much moved here to Florida because I needed a new craft table, drawing table, painting table, drafting table of some kind, right? So she did that. This is the one I'm really interested in because this is something I could use as a movable and I could pull it down anytime I need it, but I can put it up when I need it for a bigger project, right? It's a Sawhorse craft desk. And if you go to Rachel Ray's channel and you watch her, she's got one of the coolest setups. She's got an old door on the desk with a piece of plexiglass on it, right? Isn't that awesome? And I don't know what she holds it up with, but it is the cutest craft table I've ever seen. It's a door with a piece of plexiglass on it, and is nice and kind of a unique look, right? So when you're doing that, you can put anything under that glass and give it a unique look, right? And that's kind of why I think that her setup is just perfect. And someday I would love to do that. So being able to do the Sawhorse desk might be what I'm looking for, right? So let's see if I can get these diamonds on my pen. What we need to do the Sawhorse desk, okay? So let's put these last 4 in here. And now we're going to just finish reading our article real quick since we're at 58 minutes. So if you're looking for a simple minimalist desk you can make in less than an hour, this is the one. As a bonus, the height of the finished project works well whether you like to sit or stand while working. Head to your local home improvement store and purchase 2 unfinished wooden sawhorses. They should stand about 32 inches tall and be 33 inches in width. You also need a tabletop or a piece of plywood, 4 3¼ inch screws, a measuring tape, handsaw, pencils, and an electric drill. If you purchase a pre-built tabletop, it is likely it will be around 29.5 inches in width. For the sawhorses to fit below correctly, they will need to be cut down a bit before assembly. Use your handsaw to trim the horizontal surfaces of each sawhorse to make them the appropriate width and then assemble according to the manufacturer's instructions. Drill a hole 6 inches from each end of both sawhorses. You will need to drill a total of 4 holes, 2 for each sawhorse. Next, flip the work surface upside down so you're looking at the underside. Find the center of the short side and then measure in 9 inches and make a mark. Repeat from the other end. These marks indicate where the center of the where you will center the sawhorses. Set your sawhorses so they are parallel to each other and about 38 inches apart. Center the work surface on top and adjust each sawhorse so it lines up with the marks you made. Place a screw in one of the holes you created in the sawhorses and use your drill to screw it up into the work surface. Repeat with the other 3 holes. Finally, flip the desk over and you're ready to start crafting. The desk should stand about 34 inches tall, making it perfect for a stool rather than a standard chair. Because of its height, the desk is a good option if you like standing while crafting too. I love to stand while I craft, but I just can't do it anymore. It hurts my body too much, and I just can't do it. I wish I could, because it is so much fun. Wall-mounted craft desk. When you have plenty of wall space but little floor space, building a wall-mounted craft desk could be a great solution. While it will not disappear into its own little box like a Murphy-style desk mentioned above, it will allow you to have a spacious and well-stocked crafting area without taking up a lot of valuable square footage. You can modify this project too to create a workspace for 1, 2, or more people. Start by going to a home improvement store and purchasing 2 tracks, twin tracks, shelves, and a shelf bracket. You will also need wall anchors, screws, and a tape measure, and a level, a drill, and a piece of plywood to use as a desk. Depending on how you want to finish the project to look, you might also want to pick up some spray paint for the shelves, brackets, and tracks, and wood stain for the plywood. All of these supplies might make this project sound challenging, but it is a piece of cake for anyone with minimal home improvement know-how. With patience and creativity, this project is endlessly customizable, plus is a great solution for anyone who wants a roomy craft area with plenty of storage space. Transforming your craft area into a perfect diamond art workspace. Building a desk to work at is just the beginning. Once you have worked out the basics, it's time to make the space perfect for diamond painting. Start by making sure you have plenty of light. Ideally, you should have a light that shines down on your work surface, as well as a diamond art light pad you can place under your canvas you are working on. Okay, the diamond art light pad is only an A4. If you want an A1, A2, or this one's an A2, and one in my office is an A1. They are the bigger ones. The smaller the number, the bigger the board. So always remember, when it comes to the A's, the smaller the number, the bigger the size. And that's how you remember how to figure that out. You also need a spot for storing your in-progress paintings. This is especially important if you have pets or kids. Leaving your work sitting out on your desk could be a disaster. So you need to make sure you have places to store them. The easiest option is to make a DIY portfolio by stapling 2 pieces of cardboard together. Leave one side open so you can slide your WIP inside. Then make sure there is a shelf or cubby in your craft area where you can store your creation until you're ready to work on it again. Your craft desk should include some sort of storage for tools and supplies too. If your crafting setup features shelves, baskets are ideal for storing diamond placers, extra wax, and other tools. For diamond beads, purchase or make an organizer. Organize all of your drills by color, separating rounds and square drills, and store them away neatly when they are not in use. There are several options for storing tools, drills, kits, and other supplies. Check out our diamond painting storage tips for inspiration. Make sure your crafting area is comfortable too. Invest in an ergonomic chair that provides proper support for your body. If you plan on crafting while standing, buy an anti-fatigue mat. Be careful on how much time you typically spend working on a project and make sure your craft area is set up in a way that allows you to enjoy your hobby without straining your body. So, conclusion. Creating the perfect diamond painting workspace does not need to be complicated or cost a lot of money. With the ideas above, you can put together a comfortable and functional space, even if you are a complete DIY novice. When you're finished, you will have an area to work on diamond paintings and other crafts with ease. So, with that, I want to thank you all for coming and being subscribers. If you are a subscriber, we love you, and it's great. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comments below, and I will be happy to help you and answer any of your questions or comments. As well as, if you like this video, a thumbs up will be great. If you don't, a thumbs down is fine, but please let us know in the comments below why. If you want to be a part of the Sunset Girl Creates family, we would love to have you part of the family. So come on in and join. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button down below. And if you want to know every time we upload a video, why don't you hit that bell icon next to it? With that said, I want to thank you all for coming and have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Bye-bye.